They all came to celebrate the past. Laughter filled the mansion. Music played. Glasses clinked. But before the night ended, one of them was dead. No strangers entered. No doors were broken. No one escaped. Because the killer was already in the room. And the most terrifying truth is that everyone watching could be wrong. What was meant to be a harmless reunion slowly transformed into something darker. 15 years had passed since these classmates last stood together in the same room. Back then they were teenagers dreaming about the future. Now they were adults carrying the weight of everything that did or did not happen. The mansion stood on the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean. Beautiful from a distance. Dangerous up close. Xavier King owned the house. He owned the night. Once the most admired student in school, he had grown into a symbol of success. Money followed him. Fame followed him. Attention followed him. And yet not everyone in that room admired him anymore. Some never did. The invitations were selective. Only those who shared a complicated history with Xavier were invited. Old friends. Old rivals. Old lovers. People who remembered who he used to be before success polished his image. People who knew secrets the world did not. As guests arrived, smiles were exchanged. Compliments were given. But beneath the surface, tension quietly grew. This was not nostalgia. This was confrontation disguised as celebration. The party began just after sunset. Soft music echoed through the mansion. Alcohol flowed freely. Stories from high school were retold. Some laughed honestly. Others laughed politely. A few watched Xavier carefully, waiting for something to happen. As the night deepened, so did the emotions. A former athlete remembered how Xavier mocked him after an injury ended his future. A classmate remembered a stolen idea that later became a profitable company. A woman remembered promises whispered in hallways that were never kept. No one spoke openly. But everyone remembered. By 11:30 voices grew louder. Conversations became sharper. Old wounds reopened. One guest was seen arguing with Xavier near the bar. Another stormed out onto the balcony. Someone cried in the bathroom. Someone drank alone in the corner. At 12:15 Xavier announced a toast. He spoke about success. He spoke about truth. He hinted at something coming soon. Something revealing. Something that made several faces turn pale. At 12:37 the scream shattered the music. People rushed toward the balcony. Glasses fell. Phones dropped. Someone shouted his name. Xavier was gone. Below the cliff his body lay motionless against the rocks. The ocean roared beneath him. The party was over. Police arrived quickly. The house was locked down. No one was allowed to leave. Panic spread through the room. Friends became suspects. Smiles vanished. Detective Maya Lewis stepped inside and immediately sensed something was wrong. There was no broken furniture. No signs of struggle. No evidence of an intruder. The crime scene told a simple truth. This was not random. This was personal. She gathered everyone together. One by one she asked the same question. Where were you when Xavier fell? The answers came easily. Too easily. One guest claimed to be in the kitchen. Another said they were on the phone. Someone insisted they were alone in the bathroom. Another swore they were outside smoking. But when Detective Lewis compared the timelines, nothing aligned. Everyone was sure. Everyone was confident. Everyone contradicted each other. She understood then that memory was unreliable. People did not lie intentionally. They edited reality to protect themselves. As the investigation continued, details surfaced. Text messages had been deleted minutes before the scream. A security camera near the balcony stopped recording for 7 minutes. A railing bolt was found loose. This was not a push. This was planning. Detective Lewis studied each suspect closely. She noticed patterns. Who avoided eye contact? Who spoke too much? Who corrected her timeline before she finished speaking? One man stood out. Xavier, former best friend. The one who laughed the loudest. The one who spoke calmly about everything. Too calmly. Their history ran deep. They built dreams together. They wrote music together. They planned futures together. But only one succeeded. And only one took credit. Detective Lewis discovered emails. Contracts. Proof that ideas were stolen. Careers destroyed quietly. Apologies never offered. Xavier planned to expose everything. A documentary. Interviews. Evidence. The truth was coming. And someone could not afford that. The balcony railing had been loosened days before the party. The argument was staged. The moment was chosen carefully. No shove. No struggle. Just a step too far. When Detective Lewis revealed the truth, silence filled the room. The killer did not deny it. He did not cry. He simply nodded. Because some crimes are not born from rage. They are born from patience. The mansion emptied as dawn approached. Careers collapsed. Reputations vanished. The ocean washed away the evidence but not the truth. That night began with laughter. It ended with a body. And the lesson remains. The most dangerous people are not the ones who lose control. They are the ones who wait. Because you can escape your past. You can rewrite your story. But you can never outrun the truth.